The Joe Land Company, in cooperation with the Subliminal Research Foundation, presents Live Your Dreams with Joe Land, a program about ordinary people who have found a way to fulfill their dreams and become what they always wanted to be. This is their story.
They tell me millions and millions of Americans have watched at least one of the 2 TV shows you see on those screens. Hi, I'm Joe Land. 2 years ago, I decided to use television as a means to tell people about what I believe to be the most powerful and certainly the newest self-improvement technique I'd ever seen. But I didn't dream the response would be so large. As a result of those 2 television programs, over 1 million of you have tried Subliminal Self-Help. And it's been around long enough now that we've got some pretty remarkable success stories. In fact, you're going to see in the next 30 minutes some people change before your very eyes. And you'll hear from a great number of people that have had dramatic improvements in their life, in the way they live and how they feel about themselves, as well as the amount of success they've been able to attain in this life. I'm going to bring you up to date on what Subliminal's done for me and how I'm using it in my life now, because right now I owe it an awful lot. I hope you'll stay with us. It'll be an exciting 30 minutes, I promise. You're listening to a Subliminal Self-Improvement tape. It'll play in any standard cassette player. It contains nearly 100,000 positive spoken affirmations, but you can't consciously hear any of them. All you hear consciously as you listen to this tape is the sound of ocean waves. But all of those thousands of positive thoughts are being heard, recorded, and stored by your subconscious mind.
This is probably the quickest way to effect a behavioral change that is known to medical science at this point in time.
I, as a professional, think that it's the biggest behavioral breakthrough in decades. Time will only tell how big it is, but I know of no bigger advance because it works. Because it works.
It's more than just feelings that we're dealing with here. We're talking about real changes in people that affect their lives in very positive ways and on a more or less permanent basis.
Subliminal is information that's perceived by the subconscious mind that's not perceived by the conscious mind. A good example, a housewife engaged in her daily activities. The telephone rings. While she concentrates her conscious mind on the person she's talking to on the phone, the kids are playing in the house. The dishwasher's running. The soap opera may be still going on television. Somebody's driving by in a car. All of these sounds, all of this data is being accumulated by her subconscious mind. The subconscious mind's ability to take in large amounts of information simultaneously has allowed the creation of a very special technique that delivers hundreds of thousands of positive thoughts directly to the subconscious mind, without the conscious mind having to do anything. It's probably the simplest, yet most unique subconscious reprogramming technique ever developed.
We're on the cutting edge of a new technology, a new therapeutic modality to change people's behavior. And ultimately, the bottom line basic problem that has to be overcome is a behavioral one.
Psychology divides the human mind into 2 parts. The conscious mind is easily identified because we're aware of everything it does. It's where we think, reason, and feel our emotions. You can think of the conscious mind as you. After all, it's that part of your mind that you're aware of. In contrast, though, the subconscious, which, by the way, makes up the vast majority of your mind, functions totally without your awareness. It secretly performs literally thousands of functions every second of every day. It controls the vital organs of your body. It's responsible for motor activity, and it serves as the human data bank. It was long thought that the conscious mind was in control of human behavior. And of course, this is true to a large degree, but science now knows that the subconscious mind exerts a tremendous influence on how we think, how we feel, and even how we act. Much like a computer, this subconscious data bank or information storage center contains what we could call each human being's programming. Drawing on a multitude of past experiences, the subconscious mind provides tremendous amounts of information which creates a frame of reference for the conscious mind. Because of this dependency on the subconscious for information, it's the subconscious that is, to a large degree, responsible for our feelings and our attitudes. Positive experiences fill the subconscious mind with feelings of self-confidence and self-worth. But negative experiences like embarrassment or humiliation tend to fill those data banks between our ears with feelings of fear, inadequacy, and self-doubt. And unfortunately, most of us have had a tremendous amount of negative programming. No one meant to program us negatively, but it happened anyway. Our parents began the process when they spent the first 10 or 12 years of your life telling you no and telling you what you couldn't and shouldn't do. Then your schoolmates began saying negative things to you. And unfortunately, after that programming began to work on your conscious mind, you joined the bandwagon by saying that you couldn't do things because of a lack of talent or a lack of self-worth or any of the other reasons that we deny ourselves what should be ours in this life. And those limitations stay with us, unfortunately, for the rest of our lives. Because unless something happens to change the programming in your subconscious mind, you'll be limited by that negative programming for the rest of your life. Subliminal communication, communication aimed directly at the subconscious mind, promises a means of reprogramming these inner data banks which so powerfully influence all of our lives. In the subliminal cassette dealing with weight loss, for instance, the subconscious mind is inundated, literally bombarded with thousands of messages designed to change food preferences and alter eating habits.
Absolutely incredible. You can't believe... I guess I expected to notice something, but I didn't expect it to be so powerful, just to completely change a whole emotional pattern that I had established all my life. I have got to be one of the world's most skeptical people. I wouldn't even try a fat diet because I know they don't work, and I was sure that this would not work for me either, but what did I have to lose? And it works.
I found myself where I would normally go to the refrigerator or go get a candy bar or some potato chips or something. I found my mind just wandering off into other subject areas. I didn't think about food as much, and I noticed this in a couple of days. Now, I know that doesn't happen for everybody, but for me, it happened very, very fast. And the changes that when they first happened were very small and very subtle, and I could have sworn at that point that they had nothing to do with this little cassette tape. But in fact, in retrospect, they had everything to do with it.
Because the subliminal concept is so powerful, and because I think it has such a tremendous potential in changing human behavior and solving an awful lot of problems that all of us have, we formed the Subliminal Research Foundation in the early part of 1987 in an effort to find more ways to make the subliminal process work for us. Here, for instance, you see a woman being tested for the physiological responses to subliminal messages she's hearing over those earphones, and we're finding out some pretty interesting things about subliminal and how it works.
My self-image was very low, and that's what caused my just debilitating shyness and being so introverted and withdrawn. I had a hard time even speaking one-on-one with people. But the self-image tape was the absolute key, I think, to my being able to turn all that around and being able to relate to people, even my own children. It was just, like I said, it's just an absolute miracle.
The greatest number of people who use these tapes, the overwhelming majority of them, receive benefits in the direction that they are seeking.
Since I've been listening to the tapes, and that's been about 5 months now, I found that I have had better opportunity. I've become better organized. I can push myself better, much more motivated. I can see changes of things that I wanted to become and I knew I had to work on. The tapes have made that possible.
In our first television program, I admitted to an entire nation that I had a lack of confidence with women. That resulted, of course, from some things that happened to me a long time ago and the programming that ended up in my subconscious mind as a result. Well, subliminal tapes helped me with that problem tremendously. Then in our next program, I admitted that I had been 50 pounds overweight in the past, and I even showed a picture to prove it. That was downright embarrassing, if you want to know the truth about it. Well, subliminal tapes have kept my weight down. I've listened to an awful lot of tapes since then. I've spent a lot of time with self-confidence, with self-image, with patience, with creativity, and they've all helped me. And now I've gotten to the point that I don't try to do anything in my life that's important to me without the benefit of subliminal tapes. I even have special ones made now. I have one called Writing a Book, because I'm writing a book, and it helps me to become a better author. I have one called Being On, and it's the one I listen to just before I make a television show. It makes me more comfortable with the camera and takes away a lot of the nervousness so that I can be me and say the things that I really mean when I'm on television. And then there's one called Drag Racing. When I was a teenager, I spent a lot of time hanging around drag strips. And I didn't have the money to afford a car back then, so I sure couldn't drive in one of those races, but boy, I wanted to. And I've always wanted to get in one of those cars that was built just for drag racing and feel the acceleration and the power of one of those things. And so now that I've gotten to this point in my life financially, I can afford to go do some things that I would like to do on a personal level. And so I bought a drag racing car, and we're going drag racing. I'm just learning now, but at this point, I'm trying to get up to 200 miles an hour. I have to tell you, it's pretty scary in there, and it's not something you should take lightly. But that's a goal, it's a dream, and it's something I've always wanted to do. And so I'm going to go do it, and the subliminal tape is going to help me do it.
The Joe Land Subliminal Reprogramming tapes can help you become a more dynamic and successful person. You can choose from our 4 most popular tapes. Order the amazingly powerful Stop Procrastination tape. Its subliminal suggestions will turn you into an action person, getting things done that you've put off for a long time. Or order the all-important self-image tape. It is the key to becoming a more successful person. It will elevate your self-image and build real self-esteem. When you feel worthy of success, you'll begin moving toward the accomplishment of your goals. Or you may need our remarkably effective self-confidence tape. You'll be amazed as this tape begins to develop in you a new faith in your abilities. Then you can do the things you've always wanted to do. Confidence breeds success. Or you can purchase the Joe Land Company's new and dramatically improved weight loss tape. It will change the way you feel about food, allowing easy, effortless, and permanent weight loss. You can have any of these powerful, life-changing subliminal tapes for only $35 plus $3 handling and shipping. Or take advantage of our television bonus offer by ordering all 3 success tapes, Stop Procrastination, Self-Image, and Self-Confidence, in this handsome album for only $99. And receive the weight loss tape absolutely free. That's right, all 4 tapes for $99. You save over $40. And that's not all. You'll also receive, at no additional charge, Joe Land's 30-minute instructional tape, Subliminal Self-Help, How It Works, and How to Get the Best Results from It. Call this toll-free number to order your Joe Land Subliminal tapes now. If you prefer, send your check or money order for $35 plus $3 handling and shipping for any of the individual tapes, or $99 plus $5 handling and shipping for the special bonus offer to this address. All Joe Land Company subliminal tapes are offered with a full satisfaction 30-day money-back guarantee. Success and financial rewards follow those who have successful characteristics. You can reach the goals you've always dreamed about. You can become the person you've always wanted to be. And subliminal reprogramming can be the key to releasing the success that lies within you.
You know, drag racing might sound trivial to you, but it's important to me. And the fact of the matter is, everybody has things that are important to them. Everybody has a dream or a desire or something they'd like to do or something they'd like to be. And we also, unfortunately, because of that old past programming that tells us we can't do things, we've got fears and feelings of inadequacy and feelings of unworthiness and doubts that keep most of us from realizing those dreams that we all have. That's what subliminal tapes are all about, folks. That's what they'll do for you. If there's anything in your life you'd like to do that you haven't been able to rake up the courage to do, then maybe you ought to try subliminal tapes. They've sure worked for an awful lot of us.
I've removed the limitations that I've put on myself. And that's something that no one else can do and no one else can identify. And the effect that that has had has simply energized so many of the areas of creativity that I have and so many hopes and aspirations that I have that, one, I am open now for quite a different type of future than I think I would have had. And two, no one can talk me out of my success because it started from within.
The self-improvement that we all want to do and we all need to do and we all strive for one way or another, it's a perfect tool for self-improvement. It's perfect.
I feel happier and I'm more positive in everything I do. I don't think as negatively as I used to.
This is the answer. These tapes are the answer to true behavioral changes.
Subliminal tapes start off with a set of positive thoughts or affirmations. These thoughts are designed to create images in the subconscious mind. Of course, the affirmations are different on each of the tapes that we make. Now, these thoughts or affirmations are then shaped into a script. These men are the members of the Subliminal Research Foundation's advisory board. They serve as a script monitoring panel. Before any script can become a tape, these doctors have to unanimously approve its contents. Then, and only then, can the script become a subliminal self-improvement tape. We've worked long and hard to learn the technology that we now use to make these powerful subliminal tapes. And as a result, the technology is a carefully guarded secret. But I would like to show you in its simplest form how these tapes are made.
You are filled with confidence.
This lady is speaking nice, positive affirmations that would go well in anybody's subconscious mind. Listen now as we cover her voice gradually with the sound of ocean waves.
You believe strongly in yourself and your abilities.
At this point, her voice, it seems, is now completely covered by the waves. But it's still there. And remarkable as it sounds, it's still understandable to your subconscious mind. Of course, in reality, the process is much more complicated than that. It uses multiple tracks of voices, tones, and frequencies. Subliminal audio affirmations are simply positive thoughts transformed into sound. Sound at such low intensity that we're not aware of hearing.
If you're watching TV, if you're reading a book, if you're doing the dishes, if you're exercising, you just turn the tape on, you don't have to pay attention to it, and the tape goes ahead and does what it's supposed to.
This is Dr. Jerry Moore. You saw Dr. Moore at the beginning of our program, and what you've seen so far is the old Jerry Moore. Here he is after about 1 month using our weight loss tape.
And I've lost 21 pounds in 3 weeks without any effort at all.
But look at Dr. Moore 3 months later. Obviously, he's lost more weight, but look at the tremendous change in his poise and his self-confidence.
Well, my loss of over 50 pounds in the last 4 months is exciting and motivating, but I've done that before and several times. The big difference now is that I know that it will be a permanent loss because now, for the very first time in my life, I am making the behavioral changes that ensure a permanent weight loss. Society is changing. The world is changing. We're busting into the next century. Everything is changing. Chemistry, psychology, our technology. And it's possible for a person to become more of what they would like to become. It's part of the national conscience now. Change is acceptable. It's expected. And it's possible.
All you're going to hear is the ocean waves. And it is what is under those waves that reaches your inner person and helps rearrange those thoughts that you have in your head. I think that a lot of times when you have a new product, there's always the concern, is this product going to be here 10 years from now? And I feel as though every year that I've had the opportunity to be witness to the Joe Land company, they have done a lot to improve and offer new insights into the subliminal program. I think it's going to be here for a long time. I hope it becomes a family word.
I was skeptical. It took me 10 months to get the courage to go to the telephone, to even dial the toll-free number. But now that I've used the tapes for over half a year, they work. I know they work. I've seen them work in my life. I've seen them work in my children's lives.
I'd like for you to meet a real special family. These are the Brockways from Council Bluffs, Iowa. Mr. and Mrs. Brockway are both teachers, and they tried subliminal tapes initially for the kids.
We wanted to be able to touch these children where they live and be able to help them deal with problems of being adopted. We wanted to be able to deal with interracial adoption, which we deal with, and some of the assaults that they find as they go out into the playground and on the street, and some of the emotional abuse which is directed toward them. That was our primary objective, more for our kids than it was for us. So, of course, self-confidence, self-image, those were the kinds of things we targeted first. And indeed, within a matter of weeks, we started noticing changes in their behavior, a bolstering, a securing of who they are. About 3 weeks after we got the self-image tape, and we played that a lot, that my son, who has taken his share of criticism out in the playground, that some of the neighboring kids were teasing him and calling him some rather derogatory terms. And he looked at one boy and he said, "I'm okay. There's nothing wrong with me." And I realized, this isn't like him. Something's happening. There's no other reason for it. It has to be the tapes.
We were noticing definite changes in our children's behavior, and particularly this son. He would come in from playing and from rejection, and he didn't seem to be all angry about it. And he just found something else to do, and this was such a first for him.
But you see the kids be more secure, more confident, more able to withstand the types of normal abuse that they're going to take outside. You see them with their heads a little higher. You see them listen to a comment and not respond aggressively. Those kinds of things. And it's slow, but it's definite. It's very real.
And, of course, as the tapes played in the house for the kids, Mom and Dad were affected too.
I feel much more secure. I feel that I'm not as threatened as I was before. I feel that people who don't like or accept who and what I am or represent or what I think, that's their problem. It's not so much mine anymore. And I think the self-confidence and self-image tapes are definitely rubbing off on me, whether I want them to or not.
The Joe Land Subliminal Reprogramming Tapes can help you become a more dynamic and successful person. You can choose from our 4 most popular tapes. Order the amazingly powerful Stop Procrastination tape. Its subliminal suggestions will turn you into an action person, getting things done that you've put off for a long time. Or order the all-important self-image tape. It is the key to becoming a more successful person. It will elevate your self-image and build real self-esteem. When you feel worthy of success, you'll begin moving toward the accomplishment of your goals. Or you may need our remarkably effective self-confidence tape. You'll be amazed as this tape begins to develop in you a new faith in your abilities. Then you can do the things you've always wanted to do. Confidence breeds success. Or you can purchase the Joe Land Company's new and dramatically improved weight loss tape. It will change the way you feel about food, allowing easy, effortless, and permanent weight loss. You can have any of these powerful, life-changing subliminal tapes for only $35 plus $3 handling and shipping. Or take advantage of our television bonus offer by ordering all 3 success tapes, Stop Procrastination, Self-Image, and Self-Confidence in this handsome album for only $99. And receive the weight loss tape absolutely free. That's right, all 4 tapes for $99. You save over $40. And that's not all. You'll also receive, at no additional charge, Joe Land's 30-minute instructional tape, Subliminal Self-Help, How It Works, and How to Get the Best Results from It. Call this toll-free number to order your Joe Land Subliminal tapes now. If you prefer, send your check or money order for $35 plus $3 handling and shipping for any of the individual tapes, or $99 plus $5 handling and shipping for the special bonus offer to this address. All Joe Land Company Subliminal tapes are offered with a full satisfaction 30-day money-back guarantee. Success and financial rewards follow those who have successful characteristics. You can reach the goals you've always dreamed about. You can become the person you've always wanted to be. And subliminal reprogramming can be the key to releasing the success that lies within you.
Well, what we've tried to say with this program is that you can live your dreams too. You don't have to live the circumstances that life's given you so far. You can take control of your own destiny and become whatever you want to become. The only thing you have to do to start controlling your destiny is to gain control of the most powerful force in your life, your own mind. You know, until you can begin to have things happen in your mind, you're not going to be able to become successful in the things that you want to live out in your life. I've found that it takes 3 things to get started in any successful endeavor. Number 1, you got to have the self-image of a person who believes they deserve what you want, because unless you believe you deserve it, you're not going to go move toward it. Secondly, you have to have the self-confidence, the confidence in your abilities to go out and make that happen for you. And we've all got tremendous abilities, and you do too. It's just that most of us don't have the self-confidence to really utilize those abilities and give them a try where it really counts. And third, you got to stop procrastinating. You have to stop thinking about what you want and go out and start making some moves toward getting there. And that's why I put those particular 3 tapes in the Success Kit. I've spent thousands of hours listening to those tapes, and they've done tremendous things for me and lots of other people. And I'd like for you to try them. You don't have anything to lose. If they don't work for you, if you don't start feeling more confidence, feeling a better self-image, and start getting things done as a result of playing these tapes, then I'll send your money back. But I'd like for you to live your dreams too, because I'll tell you something. When you have a life that's filled with what you want it to be instead of what others have prescribed for you, it's a great life to live. So call me and order those tapes. I'll see you at the finish line. God bless. Thanks for watching.
Getting ready to run right now is Joe Land. Joe Land out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, is firing a Mustang running car.
But at least try it, because otherwise you'll be tomorrow what you are today.